Howdy, hey, and hello. It's Munch and Mingle, and we are here just to start off the month right with one very special person in my life. I think I have a lot of special people in my life, but you do top the list.
Everyone you know, they always come up to me and they're like, McKenna says so much about you, and I never know what that means.
It's usually good. Usually.
I hope.
Well, she's here. Finally. She's known about this from the beginning. We've got my sister, my little sister.
Yes.
Ginger.
Ginger.
A unique name. I thought McKenna was unique, but I think Ginger actually is better. What did you say most of the time when people hear your name? What's their first comment?
They always say, I have a dog named Ginger. So I know many dogs with my name. Don't know many. Or Ginger Spice from Spice Girls.
Oh, I thought you meant like the actual Spice.
No. Or Ginger from Gilligan's Island. I always get these like oldies, like kind of things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, she's here.
Yes.
I will say you were probably one of the first people I told about wanting to do this.
Yes.
And you were a good support.
I try to be. I love to be supportive, so never against that.
But yes, so I wanted to get you on. I'm sure I will have you on for many more episodes.
Yes.
But this is like the intro. We need to get to know you. But before we get into anything, let's go on the munchie. I'm going to take a bite while you describe.
So
here.
I'm very proud of this one. My coworkers actually brought it up to me this week, and I was like, that's the munchie we need to have. And I could be pronouncing it wrong, but Talenti, gelato layers ice cream. It could be Talenti for all I know. But what I brought McKenna was confetti cookie. It's got 5 layers. Vanilla, gelato is the top. Vanilla cookies, then pink frosting. McKenna's nickname growing up was Frosting.
You know what's funny about that name?
What?
When people found out my nickname was Frosting, Dylan Bastian said to Shuffle, so is that her stripper name? So that's the last time I got called Frosting.
Wow. Okay.
So that's why I was shocked. I was like, Ginger, dog, that's fine.
McKenna was always called Frosting. That's why I thought of this. Then it goes vanilla gelato again, and then you got a thick layer of rainbow sprinkles at the bottom. I have a sweet tooth. McKenna has a sweet tooth. Sugar is our drug. And that's why I brought it. We're junkies giving you.
I don't know how I'm supposed to come back for that, but it's
That's
just
good.
Okay, that is like a cookie in an ice cream.
Yeah.
No, that's like really good.
I hope so.
I haven't even got to the sprinkle part, but you did get it from Harmon's.
I got it from Harmon's, but I've seen it at gas stations and Walmart. Like, get it at your local grocery store.
The big thing is, though, like, if you're at Harmon's, you'll probably see Ginger there.
Yeah, I live there.
She was supposed to be a part of a study group there.
And I missed it because I forgot.
She did cry.
Yes.
Because it was very much like...
Don't bring that up to me. That's very sad.
Oh, man. Well, good. Okay, well, we're going to start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, growing up, it was Kayla first.
Yes, our oldest sister.
Yep. Then me, 2 years later. And then there was a gap.
Not big, but...
Not big, but not 2 years.
Bigger.
So then there was 4 years.
Yes.
Well, at least between you and me, but 6 years between you and Kayla then.
Yes.
So me and Kayla were the first kids, first nieces, first grandkids. So we were spoiled.
Yes.
Pretty much. And then by the time you came around, Lindsay was born, and then you came...
Our cousin.
Yes. Sorry. I forget. You guys don't know her. But... And at this point, we were born in California. We had moved to Vegas, where all of our family was, both in California and Vegas. By the time you were born, Mom and Dad had moved us to Utah.
When Mom was pregnant with me.
That's when we moved? I wouldn't know.
To Utah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was born and raised, and it was the first time we moved away from extended family.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just
us.
Mom, Dad, you, me, Kayla.
Yeah, like no one was out in Utah.
Yeah.
Practically no one is now.
You and Kayla were like built-in besties.
Of course.
I mean, you just had each other. I mean, by the time I came along, you were 4, Kayla 6.
Yeah.
So it just kind of worked. But yeah, I think it was different having to be raised in that scenario because I had to kind of watch from afar how you two like interacted, because let's just be real, y'all didn't love when I played dolls with you guys, or
it still cuts deep. She
did
could still
anything with them. Because again, every time I'm like, I turned 4, you're 8, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it just
Kayla's
felt
10.
like there was always a gap.
There was a big difference, just where you were in your life. And that's how we felt a lot. It was always like you were the younger sister. Yeah. You were just in a different phase.
Yeah, and I clung on to mom and dad, like fully. I was like attachment style times 100.
And you were the last child, so you were the baby.
So when we would go back to Vegas to like, my husband's home.
Hello.
When we'd go back to Vegas, my whole family, I think, didn't feel really attached to me because I was like, I'm clinging on.
Yeah,
with mom
you
and
really
dad.
didn't really go to anyone. I mean, me and Kayla would get dropped off at family members' house. We would sleep over. You got none of that.
No. And I would always hear chit chat about that. I knew I was not the favorite. It felt like that.
So sad.
I almost dreaded going to it because I was like, well, I'm only staying at grandma's house.
But
that's because
that's where there.
Yeah, mom and dad are staying. And I was like, I don't want to stay anywhere else. And I knew I was just going to cry, but it felt like isolation always again, because then when you and Kayla would go to Vegas, you'd be like, oh, I want to play with the cousins. You guys were more socialized than I was. It's like a puppy, you know, and you have to socialize them. And I didn't have that because we had no other family members here.
Yep.
And even going with you and Kayla, you guys weren't necessarily the like parental bigger older sisters to me yet. You guys were like, go away, like still. So
sadly,
I was like,
it was easier just to be like, just stay with mom.
Yeah.
Just stay with dad because we're just here to have fun.
Yes. I don't still hold it against you guys.
We need to build this though, because that's why it's insane how we've grown closer now because of where that wasn't just for a couple years. That was all the way up until Kayla moved out. Yeah. So I'm 16 at that point.
Sure.
And I'm sorry, I'm jumping
No,
ahead,
that's
but
okay.
We'll
but even when we're guys back home, we never really went to the same schools together because you were older. So you had your own friends, I had my own friends, and you guys were gone a lot with your friends. They were like social little butterflies that just... So again, I was always just kind of alone. So
and especially when Kayla was a senior and I was a sophomore, our friend groups merged because we were at high school together.
I think that's when I'm in 7th grade.
Yeah, so we were really gone all the time.
Yeah, and at this point, this is when my our parents divorced.
Sorry, I know we're seriously jumping.
That's
okay, sorry. So that's you. You are very anxious, attached.
Yes. My dating profile.
You are a mama and daddy's girl, both. So then mom and dad get divorced.
I'm 6 at this point.
Yeah, so big. It was hard enough on us. Okay, it wasn't.
It was like they already felt separated.
Yes. The hard part was both of them getting remarried and us having to figure out two new lives, basically. Yeah. And for sure, I mean, I thought it was hard. Kayla thought it was hard too. But looking back, like, you for sure had it hardest. You were 6 years old.
Sure. It's sad. I don't remember them together at all.
Mom and dad.
I have no memories of the two of them in the same room. I have memories of dad before I was 6 and I have memories of mom. And I'm like, that's such a weird dynamic when I know you two have those memories, like doing things all together. I'm like, no, I don't remember that. Yeah. We have photos, but again, I'm like, I can almost remember the memory, but I don't even remember them there. Yeah. I was like, that was what's crazy, even though I was so attached to them.
Because they separated off and on for a bit there too. So that was probably, when you were remembering a lot. So they get divorced. We're figuring out our new life. And so, I mean, we were with Dad and Tracy, and that's when you and I got put in the same room.
So both of our parents, they got remarried
within a year.
A year of each other. So we got 2 new step parents. Scott's my mom married Scott, our stepdad, and my dad married Tracy, our stepmom. And it was just, bam, here are your new parents.
Yeah.
And our parents didn't really ease us into it.
No.
Like, it was kind of a, okay, you need to listen to them. You need to do, like, what they say, which I think everybody in the situation would have approached it differently now.
For sure. I mean, we've talked about this multiple times with our step parents, and it's like, yeah, okay.
Sure.
We can totally agree why it would be difficult on their end, too, because... I mean, let's say when dad and Tracy got married, we went and lived with them. I'm like, well, that must have been fun to get married. And then boom, 3 teenage girls. I mean, no, we're not teenagers,
like
but
a movie.
It really is. Like, I'm like, we definitely feel for Tracy in the moment. And Scott at least had, I mean, mom wasn't his first wife.
So, Tracy was childless. And then Scott had 4 other kids. So we got 4 new step siblings, and then dad and Tracy got married. But then we just kind of moved in with them.
And it's like, hi, 3 kids. So she's figuring that out, how to be now married. And you have 3 daughters who are still like, obviously we have a mom still, we've got a dad, but we're all trying to figure out the situation. We're young. I'm going into junior high, which we'll get to your junior high time too. Junior high is what I say where Satan lives. That's basically what 7th through 9th grade is.
Put it on a bumper sticker, t-shirt.
Because those are hard years for anyone. Kayla was going into high school then.
Yeah.
It was just a hard time for all 3 of us in our lives. So
we're all at different stages in that, and you probably could do an episode of each individual experience in that sense. So what I'll say mine was when they first got divorced and we got in or lived with dad and Tracy, which is funny, you and me shared a room. Again, McKenna was still like, stay away from me. This is my side of the room.
This hurts me.
We just never like had a close relationship. I didn't feel like you hated me. I just didn't feel like we were close. It was just the
annoyance that you have with your siblings. Yes. And you're so focused on yourself that it's like, she's my sister, whatever. Yeah, I love her, but okay.
Sure. And at that time, my anxiety skyrocketed. I couldn't sleep ever. I was having insane nightmares every night. And it was just, I think, hard, and probably a therapist could like dissect all that as to why I was going through all that. You know, parents divorce, you're moving in, your sisters aren't even talking to you. Probably could have dissected it.
Talk to you. We just
everybody hated me.
Stop. That's an inside joke. Yes. It's our favorite part in Meet the Robinsons.
Yes. That's it. Anyway. So yeah, I think that was hard in itself. Then when I hit 6th grade, again, I don't know how old you are in this scenario, but we moved in with my mom and our stepdad. And I don't know if my 2 siblings were in there or not at that point, but we started seeing them more than we had.
Ash and
our
Zach?
youngers. Ash and Zach. So I'm 3 years older than Ash and 4 years older
so
than
when
Zach.
we moved in, they were moving on base. So our stepdad's
military base.
Yes. So he was on active duty. So we got to move on base.
Sure.
And it was 5 kids in I guess there was 4 bedrooms. Zach got his own room. Oh, we did live on in that one apartment where all 5 of us were in one room, but that was like a month or 2.
Slumming it.
Like you and Ash were on a bunk bed, me and Kayla were on a bunk bed, and Zach was on the floor on a mattress.
I've seen some not so pretty sights in that sense, but at this time, I bunked with Ashley. You and Kayla bunked together.
But it was so minute. Like that's why it's so. Anyway, so we moved on the base. So then this is where you and Ashley moved into a room.
Yes.
Because how far apart are you guys in age?
3.
So mom and Scott were really big on getting you 2 close.
That was a hard part in that sense because I think I didn't have you guys like connected to. I kind of got forced into being, or not even just me. Ashley was in it too, but me and Ashley both were forced to kind of like mend the bridge of the blended family.
And mom and Scott were just assumed that it was like,
we fought, it was you 2 have to get over it. Like, because without your peace, nobody has peace. So it felt like a big responsibility.
And you were
12, 11. Yeah.
So then me and Kayla were in our own rooms, and then Zach had his own room, which makes sense. and then 3 dogs. So it was a really great time. It was a really good time.
Yes.
But this is where it started to morph. Our relationship started to morph because Kayla was getting older.
Yeah.
Kayla got a boyfriend. Kayla stopped hanging out with me.
Yeah, because when I'm 12, she turned 18, and that's when she moved out. So I remember you and me, you kind of, I think, were left like on your own.
Oh, I was
island.
hurt.
I don't know where you were.
I was hurt. I was very hurt at this point.
I do remember that. But I still think there was still a good year we still weren't, because I remember being 13 and finally being like close to you. We went on a girls' camp trip. This for me is when I felt it changed.
Yeah. Good old girls' camp.
I had never gone to girls' camp. I remember I'm anxious. That was not my style. So McKenna was going to be there, and I was like, you know what? I guess I'll just make this one work. I'm getting older. I guess she can comfort me. Well, you did.
Thank you. This is when I started to morph into me.
Yes. I remember crying one night because, again, I'm having these horrible nightmares, just sad. And you comforted me, and we had to do the snipe hunt if you're in Utah and you've been on a girls' camp.
That better be freaking done. That is the worst tradition in the world.
Where they prank the new girls coming in, that there's these...
You have to cover yourself.
I heard it. They're demons.
No, I was told they were like white ferrets.
Probably.
But you have to cover yourself in peanut butter and toothpaste.
Yep.
So dumb. This is basically hazy.
It really was. And again, I was scared. McKenna was pranking me in it the whole time. She thought it was funny. I didn't. Then
I know.
But we finish. We get done. The joke was over. And I'm sobbing.
Yeah.
So they're like, let's sing primary hymns for Ginger. The whole young women's is singing primary hymns. So McKenna's slightly rubbing my arm. I was like, okay, she's trying to comfort me.
I'm probably feeling awkward too. Like, guys, it's fine. Okay, let's stop. This is too much.
Yes, a little much. And then by the end, I felt like we just grew closer because I think it was...
That for sure helped.
It was a week we had to kind of just be together, and I had to rely on you. And you let me lean into that. And from that point on, I felt like I came to you for everything. We would go on car rides.
This is the thing, like, because when you hit 13, I felt like you got out of the young girl phase.
Right. I could start to make jokes. I could start
we could start to actually like interact on a same level.
I remember you guys would always be like, Ginger, you're kind of funny.
Yes.
And I took that as the biggest compliment. I was like, they like me? Wow.
And we could say maybe it's because I didn't have Kayla anymore. But no, I honestly think... No, you are. That is the truth. You are. Yeah, so then at that point, we were really close.
We found a love for One Direction together.
We did. Oh my gosh.
Discovered them together in the car.
Yeah.
I was there when McKenna learned to drive. I was there. Oh, she wasn't there when I learned to drive. How sad. We'll get there. But I felt like from 13 to 15,
that was our
hung
stride
out all the time. I just remember that period being really goofy and just laughing.
This is what I still will claim as my favorite Ginger.
She does.
And I still love you. You're my favorite now. But
I guess
these 13 to 15 was prime. Like, you were so funny. You were so quirky. You were so, like you said, goofy, but it was hilarious. Like, you were making me laugh so hard. We would make videos together. So many things that I'm like, if we still go back and watch, there's a look because you hadn't had your braces yet.
Exactly.
Which I love it because you had the short bob.
My face is conformed. It looks much better now.
Hey, you look great. But that was you, 13 to 15-year-old Ginger. And yeah, I don't know. Like you said, we would do everything together. And that's what started it. That is then when, as our mother says, our codependency formed.
Yes.
It's like she says, it's an unhealthy codependency. But it's actually healthy, I think.
I don't think it's bad. Maybe there was a point it was bad.
Because we'll get there as we're working up there.
Yeah. But I'm like, I would say now it's just evolved into being.
We are like best friends in that. So you're in junior high.
Yes.
Let's just talk about real quick your junior high experience. So at this point, you love...
Justin Bieber.
He was just coming on the scene.
He was my love.
He was not huge yet. Like I guess he was the tween. Huge.
His My World era. He just began the Bieber cut. It stole my heart. I was a flutterin'. and
she went full in. This is the thing about Ginger. No matter what she does, she goes full in. So we're talking in yours and Ashley rooms. You had what was the magazine? Teen Beat something.
Beat. Yes.
Yes. You ripped out all the Justin Bieber. They were all over your wall.
But I feel like that was a thing. People did that with Jonas Brothers. They did.
Yes. I had it in my room with other stuff, but yeah.
Yes.
And you got mocked. Not even just from at school, at home.
Right. Well, I don't even remember that necessarily. Maybe I blocked it. But I'm like, I knew I was like very big, like, I'm going to let this be known. Like, I love Justin Bieber and I don't care who knows it. And I can't even believe that this is what we're chatting about because I'm like, it makes me cringe almost the way I think about it. But I went to school. I was like, you all need to know I love Justin Bieber. My locker was covered in it. I would bring a portable DVD player to school.
Wait.
Play Never Say Never.
No, you didn't.
On my, like, in the hallway.
Ginger, so I didn't know that.
I would kick back by the locker, and I was like, I'm watching Justin Bieber. And everyone's, like, walking by. I was so weird. Wait, why did
I not know that?
I was very proud of it.
Oh,
I would wear
my gosh,
purple all the time. I was obsessed. Anyway, my girlfriends were so sweet to me. Like, they understood it. But I was, like, more than just a Justin Bieber girl. But they just knew that was a big part of it.
But I felt like, and at this point, you had a lot of friends when we lived on base. Yeah. Because all the kids, they're like, when you're on base, it's kind of, you're surrounded kids. By all of the kids. And I felt like you had a big group of friends.
I did. And then what's the funny thing about junior high is boys are very mean. At least to me they were. And I think because it was so cool to hate Justin Bieber at the time, I was such an easy target. It was like, well, that girl loves him, so I hate her. But then my mom's like, it's just because they have a crush on you, Ginger. And it was so hard for me because I'm like, they're brutal to me. Like, what do you mean they have a crush on me?
Yeah.
It eventually formed into it wasn't even about Justin Bieber anymore. It just turned to me. They were bullying my looks. They're bullying my personality. Like, they would heckle me on the bus to school, heckle me on the bus back home. And I kept it pretty to myself because I was a very big bottle emotion holder. Like, I would bottle up my emotions.
Yeah.
Until one day I'm sitting at home with my mom. We had just moved, but I had gotten a variance to keep going to the same school.
Oh, we moved off base.
We had just moved off base, and maybe literally a week we're off base. I was supposed to go to another school, but I was like, no, I want to stay. It's one day I'm like, I don't want to go to school. I don't even want to face anybody. I sob in front of mom. She kept me home from school that day. I think I cried for like 3 hours straight to her of just... It's horrible. And she had no idea because I kept it to myself. She maybe knew bits and pieces, but that was when I let it all out. I told her everything they said about me and she was shocked. And she's like, you're changing schools. You can't stay in this. Yeah. And we just moved. You're moving. So in the middle of 8th grade, I switched and I was like, nobody will ever hear about Justin Bieber ever again from me. I am going to bottle this emotion and nobody's going to know.
I'm a closet Justin Bieber lover.
I fully was. And then it was funny because girls that age were still talking about him and I would just stay silent. And then One Direction came up right in that time. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, they're cool. Leave it at that. I was like, even though we are screaming One Direction in the car. But I was so terrified of everybody. But then I found my niche of people.
Yes. This is when it was a good
Then
group
it felt
people.
Finally like...
This is at North Layton, right?
No, North Layton's the bad.
Oh, shoot.
And then
you went to
Davis.
North Davis.
They're the same practically. They're 10 minutes from each other.
I was going to say they're right down the road.
Right. So...
That was good. Okay, yes. And this is then when you got into theater, right?
Yeah, I forgot.
This is the big time.
I was a huge theater
You were
nerd.
good, Ginge.
I loved acting, but I could never sing. And that always felt, I got so insecure over that. And I tried out for the advanced theater when I was in like 9th grade, and I made it. And I was like one of the 3 freshmen that made it. And I was like, well, I must be good. And then you get in there and it's all seniors. And there's Belton Broadway. Like they're like next level. And I'm like, oh, I don't fit in here. Yeah. So I did it 1 year and then I dropped it. But I feel like, again, that's where I still found my niche of people because I still stayed friends with the theater people. But
no, you were good. That was also a fun time when we got to do that. So
yes. Okay. Right at this point, though, you went on your mission.
So that's what I was going to bring up too. So at this point, like we are close. I graduate. I
remember this. You came into the room. You had decided you were going on a mission. No.
No, first.
We're in your room. No. Yes. We're in your room. The lights are off. You and me are just talking. We're like on your bed. And we're just like going over our days or something. And you bring it up to me. You're like, Ginger, I'm thinking about going on a mission. I remember my heart drops because I'm like,
because at this point, the age has changed.
Yeah.
So that's why it's finally
15
an option
at this point. So yeah, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. That was the time. So I remember just being devastated, but I knew I literally had no say in the matter. I was like, I can't be like, yo, you have to stay for your 15-year-old sister. Like, I knew it. But I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to leave a year and a half? And were you living in Vegas at this point?
So this is the thing. I went to Vegas. So after I got out after I graduated, I said, I want to move out. And so I moved to Grandma and Grandpa's in Vegas. That was hard. Like out of everyone, I think you cried the most of just me moving.
Issue is that separation
but it
anxiety.
is, we were so close. I mean, when we moved into the other house, our rooms practically shared a door, the way that the house laid out.
Yeah.
It was like you'd
have to walk through each other's rooms.
Yes. So at that point it was like I kept feeling like I need to get out, I need to go do this, I need to go figure this out for me. And I did, and the mission thing kept coming up. But sure enough, I missed you so bad. Like I realized too, I was like, crap, as much as Ginger relied on me, I relied on you a lot too. So that brought me home pretty quick. And then it was kind of the excuse why I came home. I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to go on a mission. I came home.
Yeah.
I came home and then I was like, yeah, no, not really. And then it came up again and I was like, shoot. Yeah. I feel like I need to go.
Yeah. You were going through your own identity, I think, in that moment, which makes sense. You're 19. Yeah. Like that's what you do that at. Yeah. But I think just that we got only a short time together in that point. Yeah. I felt already like, we were already done. Like okay.
I'm on my way. So I leave.
Yes.
And you, Mom, and Kayla, because I still had a close relationship with Kayla. Kayla had just had Cora on my birthday. Thank you. Yeah. So I got 30 days with Cora before I had to leave. Yes. And like me and Keela were getting close again, but still like you and I were still at that close point. Obviously I was very close to Mom. So you 3 dropped me off at the MTC and it was just bawling.
It was horrible.
It was, that is still one of the hardest days.
It was a horrible day for that.
Yes.
I mean,
that
it was good
bad.
in her sense, but we are all just too emotional. We are emotional.
Yeah. You guys told me when you drove home.
Yes.
Didn't a song come on?
I'm saying Katy Perry Roar. It's got to be that.
Because I was obsessed with her album.
It was that. It was like McKenna's favorite song of the time.
And it comes starts playing. And I even I wrote you guys all letters and I was like, don't open it until I leave.
Yep. We read them on the way. So everyone's sobbing. It was a nightmare. It was the worst. And it was in Provo and we lived in Layton. So this is like an hour and a half drive home.
It was a long drive. So I'm on my mission. Yes. But here's the best thing. Ginger was the best person to write me emails. The best. So at this, your emails, I saved them for last every week because I loved reading your emails because at this point, no one can, times have changed. I only got 2 phone calls a year, people. Okay. Yes. And I had one day to email. I didn't have no iPad. So I had to go to this janky old computer lab that put viruses on my USB, but I would sit there and my companions would get so mad at me because I would be on that computer for almost 2 hours. I had so many emails to go through, which I loved. I was so homesick though, so I needed them, but they were long. Yeah. Every family member, but yours you would sit there and you'd write out your whole week.
I remember you did always save mine for last, but you always did my letters the quickest.
Oh, that's
you were
sad.
like, all right, I have to get off now, but I love your letters. I always remember getting letters like that.
And
from you.
Maybe it's because when I would finish there, I would know I am that much closer to going back into the field, back to work. And so I had to leave on a good note.
Sure.
And that was what your emails were. So you would write out your entire week for me.
I would do like
and you had
entries.
So many pictures. It was so
self-absorbed.
funny. No, it was the best. This is like, I was like, this is my best friend and I need her. And so you helped me through a lot of that. And like we said, so mom would always say like, we had the unhealthy codependency. She always called me your little mom, which I did growing up. You'd get mad at me because I would be your little mom. But
when you went on your mission, I remember you even were like, okay, Ginger, it's time for you to grow up, in the sense like, this is your time now to figure it out. And I was like, here we go again, alone. But I was like, okay. But truly, and we talked about this, but I think that was the best thing that could have happened for me. I think I needed it because of how much my separation anxiety was horrible. It was the first time I ever did a sleepover. I remember you were gone. I went to a friend's house, slept over. I was never able to sleep over at people's houses. So I was
not because she wasn't allowed. It's because she just couldn't.
I was horrible. It scared me. I feel like my work ethic, I fully was like, I want to work. I want to throw myself into getting a job. Which is crazy because that still works today.
Yep. You fully morphed. For sure.
I flourished. It was the caterpillar out of the cocoon. I finally was like, okay, I want to work. I was hanging out with friends. I was just being a lot more active than I had been. I was very homebody, very much a homebody. And then during the time Kenna was gone, we had pretty intense home issues that I was going through that were difficult, that we had never gone through. It was...
And I didn't know a lot about it. You didn't tell me.
How do you tell someone on their mission? Well, life at home just
which
sucks.
is probably true because I would have lost it. Especially because I was protective of you.
Yeah.
I was very protective of you. And so if I would have heard now knowing what it was, I would have probably lost it.
And it was probably a lot of things I shouldn't have even been involved in. Like, me and my mom's relationship were very open with each other. We all just are. And she sometimes was a little too open with me, and I loved it though. I didn't know any different. I was like, be as open as you want. I have to know everything with me, Mom.
And what's going on in your relationship, the good, the bad.
So when bad happened, I knew every single detail. And that is not good for a 16-year-old's brain to know every single detail. When did you get home? I'm trying to think. What year?
2015 in the beginning.
So I'm 17 in that year. Because I'm like...
But you were a junior? Going to be a senior?
I had just graduated. Or not graduated. No. Gotten done with junior year. Going into my senior. Well, you got... Hold on. You got home from your mission. We were already kind of going through rough patches at home. But it wasn't even necessarily as bad yet.
I stayed at home for a bit. And
like
then
a month, though, wasn't
I
it?
had to get out. So... It was pretty bad at home. And
you got like your eyes wide open to it. You're like, what's been going on?
No idea what had been going on. Yes. And so it was just like, you go from such the spiritual high that a mission is like, you can't replicate it. And then when you go into a situation like that, it was just
fighting,
I have to leave. And
a lot of noise. And
it was hard because I wanted to take you with you, but you still had one more year of high school. I was like, I need to go, but you need to come with me. But
McKenna's home 1 month. I'm like, I got her back. And she's like, peace out again.
It was,
and I was like,
so
you're killing me. You're literally killing me. The only good thing to come from that is that I could call you.
And you had a place to go.
It wasn't just email.
No.
So pretty much my whole senior year, McKenna lived in Provo. Anytime I had a holiday, which is funny, most of the time you would think I'd go to Dad's on a holiday. I was like, no, I'd rather go to McKenna's.
Yep.
So I would take the train down and I'd stay at yours for Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, anytime. You became
very normalized. So I was living at the Riv.
Yes.
This is before I met Britton. This was that year though. And everyone knew who you were.
Everyone
knew McKenna and Ginger, and you would get mistaken all the time for being in college.
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
I got along with your friends a lot more. I had my own friends for sure in high school, but I gravitated towards your friends. I loved that older community.
And it was, we had been in Davis County our whole lives practically. I mean, you especially. Yeah. But coming to Provo, which Utah County, it was such a different
culture. It's so crazy
really
how it is in Utah, but
and now you and I both struggle going back to Davis County.
Yes, fully.
And we could say like, yeah, our time in school was good, but there's just so many other memories that's like, it kind of taints it.
Yeah,
you know. So anyway, but your senior year, I still think you thrived. Senior year was your year,
which is so funny because I think I have such a different perception, but I know on the surface, like I've even talked to my best friend Aubriana that I had all through high school about this, but I'm like, I feel I was so insecure that whole time in my head, even though I was friends with Aubriana, but we got really close my senior year. Aubriana's popular. I always viewed her as one of the top tier kids.
For sure.
And I was like, it was almost like a promotion at work. I was like, because I figured I was mid-class.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just got a promotion. I'm with the cool kids. Well, none of the cool kids liked me.
Yeah.
I would like walk in. They were silent. I was like the plus one that wasn't like meant to be there. So I was always just hanging on Aubriana's arm, and she thrived. And I just had to watch constantly. And she was such a good friend in the sense of like,
and you're still friends with her.
Oh, yeah.
We're still,
She didn't care what anybody thought. Like, she was like, you're coming with me, you know? And I loved that about her. And
she was good for you in that time. Like,
she was.
You two supported each other in a very good time. I still remember, like, she would get you to go out to games and stuff.
She had me live like a teenager should.
Which I was so happy to see. I mean, there was the one time you got... you went to Clearfield High.
Yes.
Which is so funny because I went to Northridge.
Falcons.
And when okay, thank you. When we went to Northridge, we looked down on Clearfield.
Yes, you did.
Because it was like the ghetto.
The competitors.
No, it was not. Leighton was our rival.
Competition.
Yeah, we were like, we don't even look.
You weren't even in our tax bracket.
But seriously, so when you told me, I was like, Ginger, you don't want to go to Northridge? Like, why would you go to Clearfield? But you had gone to North Davis, which is right next door to Clearfield.
Also, the kids that bullied me all went to Northridge. So why would you want to send me there? Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry. Anyway, but you made Clearfield look cool.
It was.
You got the way that you and Aubriana like had your time. I was like, dang, she did good. You won like, what was it? The best fan at the game. Again, it's like, what?
Somehow she became not Justin Bieber crazy, just crazy in general.
But I still remember your like senior photo on the football field. Yeah. Like, I was watching it through your eyes. I'm like, Ginger is having such a great year. Which
and
I
that was
agree.
all Aubriana.
Senior year was my favorite, but yeah, you got it. And I was so happy because you deserved it. You needed that. And I was just like, yes.
When I wasn't, it was so this. Things got intensified at home while you were gone in Provo. I'd say senior year was probably the most intense. If I wasn't at school, I was at work, or I was at Aubriana's house, or I was at doing extracurriculars, or I was at your house on the weekend. I literally tried to never be home. It was really hard.
It was at this point, you had a lot of growing up to do that, like you said, and we've talked to Mom. Mom has profusely apologized, like everything that happened. But
Mom's my best friend now. Like, even then, Mom's been best friend my whole life.
Yes, but there was a time that you had to like, you were buying groceries for yourself. You were buying a lot of things that it's like, wow, normal 16-year-olds don't have to do that.
It was so funny. Didn't. Even at work right now, I work with this high schooler, and she was like, "So did you have to pay for your own gas money?" And I was like, yeah. And she's like, really? And I was like shocked by that. And I was like, I paid for everything. Like,
you were a mini
except
adult.
The bills. That was the only thing. Like,
you had a room that for free.
Yep.
And that was it.
Which
room and board.
Granted, I hope. I was like, but yeah, it felt sometimes bare necessary. Like, my needs were met. I should say that. Like, I wasn't abused in any way, but it felt like
you were an outsider.
I felt like kids that got their gas paid for, or got dresses paid for them, or like anything they wanted, like they could get essentially. And I did not have that privilege. So I remember one time my room was in the basement, and the way this house was set up, it's really kind of dark. And I'm glad they got out of this situation, or just moved out of this. Again, we'll get to that. Yeah. But this time I was the only one in the basement. McKenna and me were the only ones, but then she moved. So it was just me solo. Yeah. And there's 3 rooms down there. So it was kind of
weird. And there's
an
outside door that leads to the outside from one of those rooms.
It was dark. Anyway, one day I'm home, and I would always just go straight to my room after I got home from school. And it's probably like 5 or 6 o'clock. And I go upstairs, and I can almost see the blood rush out of Mom's face. And I was like, what? She's like, I didn't know you were home. And I was like, oh, yeah, I am. She's like, well, we just made dinner. We had a whole family dinner without you. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm downstairs, and she's like, well, you're just never home. I just didn't think you'd be home. And I'm like, so why didn't you text me? Why didn't you like check in with me? And I remember she felt so horrible. Like, she was like so guilted. But I'm like, that's how much it was like almost confirmation to me. Like, wow, I really just don't even feel a part of this anymore. So
you graduate.
Fast forward to the end, I was so like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. So my last month of high school, I signed a lease. I was like, I'm moving to Provo because I already had all your friends practically. Not that I was going to hang out.
You knew how to live there, though. That's for sure. Like, you saw how it was done. You became very familiar with the layout of the land and people there.
Yeah. So I moved. I was 5 minutes away from you, practically. I lived by myself. I didn't move in with you. We were very much like, let's be separate still. Which so was good of us.
It was really good. We're smart.
Yep. But again, you kind of got to be that mom, but also just that friend for me that I think I needed. So that whole summer, I feel like you and me.
This is when
I spent still my summer with you.
This is when the morph changed. That it wasn't like, oh, I have to take care of you. You're my little sister. This is when I was like, she's an adult, and we can just be adults now. Yes. And that's where it became really fun. So I would come to your house. I mean, like I said, mine and Britton's first date was at your apartment. It ended there. Like, we had that closeness, and this is where it bloomed and where it has always been now where it is.
Yes.
From all that craziness. So So now you're living on your own.
I moved to Provo. The fall semester starts. I actually moved to Provo, but didn't go to college. Our family was oddly against college our whole life.
Yep.
So we were never told to go to college. Yep. So, but I wanted that experience.
And honestly, that was the same with me. Like, I went and I worked, and you can very much get that social experience. Yep. So I met so many people who were not going to college, were just there working.
Really? I only knew people that went to college.
Well, because, you lived. I mean, I knew a very good amount of them, but then I also went and worked at a place where other college people worked. Or college age, but we didn't go to college.
So when fall semester started, everyone's going to school, but they all moved in. I met my roommates. I don't know how I got blessed, but I got literally the best roommates for me at this time. They just were so down to earth. They were chill. They were funny. Like, they were the friends I needed. They would take me, kind of the same thing Aubriana did. They would just take me under their wing with them. They're like, oh, we're going to this party, Ginger. Do you want to come? And I was like, yes, thank you. And I became friends with all their friends. And I feel like that's when I kind of got my own group.
You then became you.
Because I was just like kind of clinging on with you. I was McKenna's little sister.
Still.
But I actually call that summer my summer of dating.
Oh, no.
I was like, the power is in my hands. I download Tinder. And Tinder in Provo is new league, I'll tell you.
Because Mutual wasn't out yet. Mutual was not a thing.
It actually did come out later. Like that summer. No, I think that summer.
Oh.
Was that year.
But it obviously did not take off in the beginning. Oh, that's cute.
What?
No, like Mutual didn't take off right away.
Sure. This is Tinder. Anyway, there's like thousands of singles on Tinder. So what do I do? Because Ginger gets obsessive with things. She purchases the monthly plan.
Oh, I remember you.
I was like, here we go. I start swiping. I make games out of it.
What did you call it?
Oh, I don't know. But
you called it the speed round. I think that's literally, and you how fast could you swipe right?
I would go first impression. If your photo was good, that's what I'm going to base it on. And I would just go right, left, right, left, up, right. And I would get hundreds of matches. I think by the end of the summer, I had like 1,000 matches. And I was like, I was probably going on 4 to 5 dates a week.
No, it became, because I hadn't met Britton yet.
Yeah.
And I saw you doing this and I was like, man, she might actually have something
bad
to this.
Influence.
No, she was. Ginger taught me how to date, and that should tell you everything. Like, we learned the hard way because we
4 years age difference.
We both now realize, like, that probably wasn't good.
No,
we went through some hard things that we didn't have to go through.
I
because
will
of that.
say, I'm so grateful nothing bad happened to me during that time. Because my odds of something bad happening could have been horrible.
Extremely. Well, and I remember you kept telling me, like, you were really big into How I Met Your Mother.
Loved it.
And so you're like, McKenna, we need to get a perfect week. Now, in that case, the show.
Did I say that?
Yes, because get this. The show, it means something else when you have a perfect week on that show.
The birds and the bees.
Yes.
Facts of
but
life.
you were saying, no, I just want to have a perfect week that every day, or every time, I want to go on a date every day of the week. And so then it became a challenge between you and me. I was like,
it was.
If Ginger's going to do it, then I want to do it.
Yep.
And it became like so obsessive, you and I. Then we had to go on like and I hope Britton's not listening. I'm going to tell him not to listen to this because he will not like to hear us. We then had to go on we became a pack and we said, okay, we're going to go. We were, how do I say this?
I'm trying to even remember this.
We were at a certain number of people that we had kissed.
Yes.
And both you and I were like, we need to tone it down. Like, this is becoming too much.
Yes.
We're not in it for the right reasons. We're just doing this like a sport.
The Bachelor.
Yes. And because it was like, what are you at? And we're trying to get to, and so you and I were like, let's have a pack of not to like kiss anymore on first dates. And like, let's see how many it was.
I'm so glad you segued into this because this is when I met my first boyfriend.
And this is where I start to get to know Britton. Yep.
So my first boyfriend, I had already had this date scheduled, I guess, when we made this pact, which I actually forgot we made it. I just remembered the reason I wasn't kissing, but I didn't remember I made it with you. Anyway, but I had already had this date set. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to go. We get through the whole date. We hit it off. Yep. I was like, all right, it's good. And then he's like, Ginger, I want to kiss. And I'm like, dude, I can't. I was like, I can't. And he's like, what? I'm like, no, literally, I can't. I have to do it only if it's serious. And he's like, no, I want to be serious. And I was like, okay, great. So then I ruined it.
Signs will deliver. Here we go.
So yeah, this is when I started dating him. It was the first love. It was that puppy love. Like, I had never experienced it. I dealt with a lot of different emotions in that. It was heightened. But he would call it on and off again a lot.
Yeah.
But again, not for stubborn Ginger. She's like, he was like, we're going to call it off. I'm like, nope, we're not. So every time he'd call it off, I was like, you're wrong. We're going to keep going. So that didn't ever allow me to like move on from it. There was one Christmas, all my roommates went back home, so I was living by myself. McKenna obviously is home too because we have the same family.
Yep. We didn't go home till Christmas Eve.
Yes.
We stayed out in Provo until the very last second, and then we were back.
Were your roommates still home with you? Because I remember you not being so lonely, or maybe
Shuffle left, Soraya left. So it was just me.
Why didn't we like?
We were together.
Yeah, we should have like.
But we were working
on your couch or something though, at least. But I didn't. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess we just went back to our own beds.
And this is when I'm going through part breakup. Like, we're off. And McKenna, being the kind soul she is, I will never forget this. She's like, I'm coming over. Like, just that's all. And I was like, okay. And I'm literally wrapped in a blanket. I'm as depressed as I've ever been. I get a knock at the door. And she normally walks in. So I was like, what the crap? So I was like, come in. Nothing. I was like, come in. Nothing. So I get up, open the door. She's holding a dog. Yeah. And I'm just like, stop. And I was like, you bought it?
I still had a video of that. Yeah.
She apparently, you can rent a dog for an
couple hours.
A couple hours. She's like, you can just play with this dog. I like was practically crying. It was like probably the best thing I ever needed in that moment. Anyway, fast forward January. Again, me and this boy are on and off. It seemed like we were going to be on again. He was leaving on a trip. And I was like, great, we're going to see each other when we get home. I'll pick you up from the airport. And he's like, no, you're not picking me up from the airport. And I was like, okay. It was really weird. He's in Mexico for a week, and then he's supposed to come home one day, and I text him like, hey, when do you get in? He doesn't respond to me the whole day. And then he's like, hey, I missed my flight, but I met this family in Tennessee, and I'm going to go stay with them for a week. And I'm like, what? This was the moment I was like, I got to call it. And it was the first time I ever called it, which was a huge moment for me. So I remember I was at your house, and I was like, McKenna, I need a call. And you're like, yep. So I just texted him. I was like, it doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry. That day, it's a Sunday morning. I was like, I need some Jesus today. I had been inactive for probably 6 months, and I was like, I need to go. I go to church, sit by myself in the back row, and they said they were going to do a family home evening the next day. And I was like, I need friends. Like, yeah, I have my roommate friends, but
your roommates didn't go to church, so no. You wouldn't see them there.
So I was like, I just need some more friends. So I knew one girl, and I just messaged her. I was like, hey, can I come with you to family home evening tomorrow? And she's like, yeah, totally. That Monday we go, and my future husband's there. His name's Will. Within 24 hours of me calling it with this boy, I meet this man, Will.
Man.
He's a man with braces at this time. And I had braces at this time.
That's right.
I was just about to get them off. But it was the first time I was like, oh my gosh, someone else has braces.
Okay, but also side note. Ginger with braces was the most confident person. And I remember at one point you're like... It was coming so close to you getting them off, and you would not wear your rubber bands.
Never.
So it would just keep going longer and longer. And I remember at one point you're like, my braces have become me. Maybe I could just keep them on. I'm really fine with them. And that's the truth. Like you were so confident, and that's what made me get braces. Cause I'm like, I wanted them, and I was like, I can be as confident as Ginger is.
Yeah.
So like you say you have braces, and people might think, wow, like she's in college age and she has braces. No, you made them look good.
Well, thank you. Trendsetter. What can I say?
So when Will has braces.
Will has them, and I was like, oh, finally someone else has braces. And he was like the comedian that night. Everyone was laughing at every joke he said. But I was trying to play too cool because I was new. I was like, I'm not going to fall head over heels for this guy. So I actually was talking to this other guy I thought was cuter because I was like, I guess we're doing Summer of Dating 2.0. I guess we'll try that again.
Church edition. YSA ward edition.
But turns out the original person that drove us to the family home evening left, and they asked William to drive us home. And so William's driving me home.
Let's talk about this.
Again, I'm within 24 hours of having this breakup. And it's like 9:00. And again, me being joking, I was like, wow, guys, it's past my bedtime, which it truly was because I was so depressed. I was going to bed 7:30, like most nights. So 9:00 was really past my bedtime. And William's like, what did you just say? This is past your bedtime? He's like, I'm about to go to the gym. And I'm like, at 9? What, are you crazy? And he's like, yeah. Anyway, we just kind of hit it off. We're like... joking back and forth, but there's a bunch of girls in the car, but he's only talking to me. And I kind of was like, maybe he likes me, but whatever. I just broke up with a guy. I can't do this. So I cry about it the whole next week, Then I go to church again, and then go to family home evening again. We did a family home evening at Soldier Hollow, which is a sledding hill. And I hung out with the girl originally that I knew. Well, William just tagged along with us. Which is funny. I just still don't know why. But I mean, I kind of do because of me. But I'm like, at the time, I didn't know why. But we're just talking as friends. And then somehow we get separated. And it truly was like somehow. Like, I think the line, I broke up at one point. Anyway, so me and William are going up together up the hill. And we start having like a one-on-one conversation. And he's like, I'll never forget it. The first question, he's like, so how old are you?
Wow, that sounds 18. Familiar.
I'm like, I'm 18. And he's like, oh, I'm 23. You can almost see both me and him start like calculating.
Yeah.
Is this age okay to be pursuing?
Okay, this is also how crazy close we are.
Yes, you and Britton.
I
was all about to turn 19.
You and Britton are 6 days apart.
Yes.
And you're older than Britton.
Yes.
And me and William are the same age.
Yes.
I mean, he's a couple months older than me, but still, it was like hilarious.
McKenna was a younger guy, as I was an older.
Stop. Thanks. Okay. Anyway.
That's fine. It's good. Yours will last longer than mine will. Because
that's right. That's right.
In old age, McKenna.
Younger. What is it?
The
women
men don't
live.
last that
Yes.
long.
Sorry.
So you got them longer than I do.
I'm smart, ladies.
Yes.
Go young.
Life tip. So, anyway. But somehow we just keep going. And then the flirting starts to begin. And I was like, oh, this guy likes me. Like, I started putting it together. And I hadn't really, like, looked at him like that. But I was like, okay, I'm going to start to look at you like that. Let's see. And I was like, no, he's kind of cute. Like, he's really funny.
You didn't even mention...
What?
He's not American.
Oh, yeah. He's from Brazil. So
he's got that little dark...
Exotic. No, he had just moved here. So he had only been here 8 months at this point. And the dude's English was flawless. You would think he'd lived here years. And he never knew a lick of English before he moved here. Impressive. Overachiever. So anyway, then we went on our first date. And we just hit it off. We realized we were really compatible. We had a lot.
When did you start dating? What month?
February.
What?
No, March. Officially March, but February we started
going
of
2016.
2017. I wasn't even a year graduated.
Wait a minute. That doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does.
Britain left in 2017.
We met the exact... Remember?
Oh, because we had the dinner.
Yes.
Where you and I had brought Will and Britain right before he left. You're right. It was in March that he left.
Kayla brought her boyfriend.
Who's
McKenna brought Britain and I brought William. And I remember we all said, what if these are the guys we marry?
And look at us now.
All three of us are still with the same guys to this day. And I'm like, that's crazy. But it was literally, we had just met Britain and we were like, okay, bye Britain for 2 years.
I know.
So
hi, bye. But okay.
It was the same time. So then Will and I hit off. And William was a very different relationship for me. He was very mature and but also like really funny and really a hard worker. And I know people are like, oh, my man's such a hard worker, but like the dude's a Capricorn if you're into that type of stuff. Just a hard worker. So but it was very good. He pushed me out of my comfort zone. And I think that's so important in a relationship to have somebody that's always going to push you to be better. And I truly do not think I would have done half the things I've done since this moment if it wasn't for William. He was very driven. And so we were together, 9 months before we got engaged. And I was about to get a new job at this point, and I was actually going to turn it down, but William was the one like, no, you need to do it. It was to be a manager at Trust Barn, and I was skeptical about it, but I was like, okay, I'm going to do it.
When did you, sorry, I'm jumping in.
Yeah.
Before you were engaged, did he have the conversation with you about the green card? I just think that's really cool to bring up.
Yes,
that was like a moment that I was like, wow, yeah.
Yes, it was actually when we were 1 month into dating.
Oh, that was early.
Yes, he texts me, and because of the cultural difference, he did not get the social cue. He texts me and says, we need to talk. That's all I get. With a period, no emojis, no anything. And I'm like, what? And he's like,
no.
So I call him. I was like, are you okay? And he's like, well, yeah, we just need to have a talk. And I'm like, well, is it about you? Well, no. I was like, is it about me? He's like, no. I'm like, is it about us? Yes, it's about us, and we need to discuss us. And I'm like, I've been dating you a month and we're about to break up. What did I do? So I'm texting, or my roommates are home, and I'm like, all right, guys, what do I wear to get broken up with? I don't even know. He comes into my room, and he sets 2 chairs across from each other. Like, it is as serious as it gets. So I sit in the middle of my room, and he's like, so I just need to tell you this. He's like, I don't want you to think I'm dating you for a green card. And that did not cross my brain.
That is not what we thought was happening in this
And I'm
moment.
like, okay. And he's like, well, I just know sometimes people can assume people that come from other foreign countries are just going to use American girls for that. He's like, I promise you, if I just wanted to date some girl, I would have done it by now. But I really don't. I like you, and that's why I'm choosing to pursue you. And I was like, okay, then great. And he's like, okay, then we're good. And I was like, so that's it? That's the big conversation that you set 2 chairs in the middle of the room for? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I thought we were going to break up. And he's like, honestly, I thought we might too, because I didn't know how you would take this conversation. And I'm like, how else would I have taken it? Anyway, I think that anybody that is with someone from another country, I think that conversation is so crucial in the very beginning. Set your communications clear, because it set me up for the rest of our relationship. Yeah. Anybody that questions it now, I'm very, not like, don't you dare, but I'm just like, no, I have 100% trust in Will.
Oh yeah. When you told me that, I was like, wow, yeah, he's for real deal. Like, that's awesome.
He's never made me think for a minute like
there was another reason. Yeah.
Yeah. And we had to go through a whole green card process. Well, when we get married, we'll even hurry and get to that.
Well, so you're engaged, and then enter stage left your wedding planner.
Yes, McKenna.
Me. No, but really, I was actually a real life wedding planner. And so that was like my first, because you were the first marriage in the family.
The whole family. The girl that cried at grandma's every night, she went to the altar first.
And both me and Kayla are like, she beat us to the altar.
The youngest comes in first.
And it's like, it's not fair. I would have been married. The rabbit. Stop. Oh my gosh. It wasn't fair. I was like, I practically have an arranged marriage.
She was.
But it just, all right, I'll just wait.
It's okay.
But it was great.
So I was the guinea pig for it all.
You
caused
were.
Some World War III fights at my wedding. We got a lot of good drama to come out of mine.
Okay, so, and it's good you got it out of the way, because everyone knew, okay, let's not do that.
Yes.
Bless Ginger for taking that for us. How did you feel? You were getting married at 19?
Oh, you want to know what's so funny? I've had to actually talk about this a lot this week with the girls that I work with. I've always said, I wish if you would have told me at 19 not to get married then, because I was too young, I would have said, you're stupid. I'm getting married.
Right.
I was one that pitched marriage to Willie. I was like, let's get married. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Now, though, knowing what I've gone through my whole life after, I've had to discover myself in marriage, which can be sometimes difficult to figure out. It's doable. It's just can be a little more difficult. I just wish I would have had a little more time to get to know myself.
Right.
The only good news to come from that is that high school period when I was independent, I did have that period. And then the few short months I did before I started dating that first boyfriend.
But that's so true, because I say the same thing. Like, the 2 years Britton was gone was the best 2 years for my life. Yeah. Because it's like, oh, I don't have to really worry about dating right now. I've got someone, so I just get to go do me. Yeah. And it was awesome. So I totally agree with you in that.
And I actually, William even brought it up to me maybe a few months ago. And he said, Ginger, I knew we were going to go through a period when we were married that you were going to have to figure out who you were. And I knew it was going to be a rough patch for us. I was like, how did you know this? Like, he's like, I just knew we had the age difference. I knew you hadn't really had that time with yourself. He's like, I that's why I was hesitant to get married. But ultimately, I'm not ever saying we had a green card marriage. We didn't, but the green card did play a factor in it, because William couldn't get a car. He couldn't go to school. We couldn't get a house. He couldn't get a job. Yeah. How do you build a life with someone when they can't do any of those things? So after 9 months, I was like, well, if we're planning a future together, why wait? A green card takes 2 years to get once you're married. Yeah. So let's get married and then wait 2 years.
Right.
So we did. And that's why I'll never regret it. I think it was perfect timing for us when we did it. It's just obviously under different circumstances. I wish I could have waited a little bit longer.
For sure. You had a beautiful wedding.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
She killed it.
No, but really, you were a beautiful bride.
Thank you.
And Will, great groom. It was an awesome wedding to be the first one. We had Brazilian food. Yeah. It was so good. Exotic. Like authentic Brazilian food. And I caught the bouquet at your wedding.
And she was the next married.
Thank you. Yeah. And then and this is kind of where you can decide. I mean, from there, you guys then moved to Taylorsville.
Yes, the ghetto.
Yeah.
You thought Clearfield was ghetto. Taylorsville's the ghetto.
I mean, this is, like you said, is this when you hit the rough patch then? Is this because everyone, as we know, the first year of marriage, it's hard no matter how close you are.
No,
it's hard for everyone. It's I talked about it in another episode. Is you're bringing 2 flight plans into one. Yeah. So William had his whole life, his routine. You had yours, and you guys then had to figure out yours together. So that's hard on anyone.
Our first year together, you already, again, just like you mentioned, you have that, but then we had the cultural difference to add into that, which I think anybody, first off, just coming from 2 different backgrounds is already just a cultural difference. But 2 different countries, we got a lot of different cultural norms in that. Like one of my major ones, which I always think is so funny, which William does not get why I think is so funny. One of our biggest fights about cultural, in Brazil, because the humidity is so high, you sweat a ton.
Yeah.
William expected me to shower twice a day, every day. And I was like, dude, my skin's going to dry because it's dry here. Yeah. And I was like, no. And I was like, I don't think this is a big deal that I'm arguing I only want to shower once a day. And he was like, nope, if we are going to live together, you have to shower twice. And I fought for myself. I was like, no, this is so dumb. And it's so funny because I've brought it up to multiple Brazilians because I'm like, is it just William? Is he just weird? No, every Brazilian thinks like this. They are all shower crazy. And I'm like, I'm not saying I don't like a good shower.
Yeah, but
give me a break, please. I'm like, okay, like maybe if I'm like once a week, protest on that one. Once every 2 days, once every other day, protest. But I'm like, I'm saying I'm going to do it once a day. That's what I'm going to commit to for you. We came to a compromise that he was like, at night, you do not touch this bed unless you've showered. And I was like, you're killing me. That was something, though. It's funny, but it's also hard when you're living with someone and you're feeling judged. Like, well, I didn't shower. Like, he's not going to like me now.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, his mind is you get into a bed clean. And I know there are a lot of people out there that were like, I wish my husband or my wife would shower right before they got into bed. I have thought about this ever since you've told me about this whole thing. I'm like, man, it would be nice just to be like all clean to get into my bed at night.
The funny thing is the dude's adapted. He's not as crazy. Once a day is his thing now. I'm like, sometimes it doesn't happen once a day. Don't tell him that.
Don't tell the Brazilians.
I was like, he'll be mad if he knows I spilled the beans on that one. But again, I'm like, life happens. You know? You pass out on the couch, it's over.
Yep.
You know? Anyway, but really quick, with our first year, we had bad rough patch. He didn't have a job, like officially, because we were still waiting on the green card. So I had to pretty much support us financially. He got odds and ends jobs, but sorry, mosquito. Get out of here. He got odds and ends jobs, but that was hard. Then I decided to go to beauty school to become an esthetician and do lashes. But that put me in night school. So I would go work a full-time job, 9:30 to 5, be in school 5:30 till 10:30. I was gone all day.
Yeah.
And that was about 4 days a week. And then the other times I wasn't home, William would go drive Uber till 3 in the morning.
I totally forgot that.
And quality time is my love language. So lacking on quality time, it like tanked us. I was like, I don't know how we're going to come through this. But then I graduated. We saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I was like, I can finally see you. And then the pandemic hits.
Oh. Yeah.
And which I had just started doing lashes and I had to shut down my business, which was already just difficult. And then I turned to food because I was kind of alone. And in 2020, I gained 50 pounds in just 1 year, probably even less time. But I was eating Panda Express every day. The biggest plate you could get, orange chicken, white rice, still my favorite meal to this day. Oh, that's my death row meal, truly. I love Panda Express. But I would go overboard.
Yeah.
And then crumble cookies, I could eat the whole box 4 in one day. Like maybe not one sitting, but one day.
Yeah.
So it's no secret to me as to why I gained the weight I did. But that also took a toll because I think in any relationship, if you watched your spouse gain weight really quickly, you're watching them pretty much sabotage themselves.
Yeah.
It's hard to just stand there and like, just let them do it without saying anything.
Right.
Now, because it's a Brazilian culture, they're very blunt.
They are.
They're going to call you out on it.
Very
it's
much.
normal in those countries to be like, hey, you're looking fat. Like, that's very normal.
And again, anyone who's hearing this be like, oh my gosh, Will's worse. No, that's just...
No, it's culture.
It is. And like, it's not just Will.
I've heard his family like talk like, not to me, but they talk to their kids like that. Like, it's just a normal thing.
Yeah.
And it's so weird. Being outside of the situation, it does look normal. But when it comes from your husband,
yeah,
it's just, it hurts.
For sure.
I've done a lot of work since then on myself to realize as to why those comments happen. And yeah, if it was the other way around, I don't think I'd necessarily be thrilled if my husband's not even about the weight gain, but just sabotaging themselves and their health. You know, you want your spouse to be healthy. And that's really what it comes down to. And he wanted me to start a weight loss journey, but because I'm very stubborn, I was very big about I'm only going to do this myself. I'm not going to make him like do it for me. So I took it in 2021. I decided to start 75 hard. We can do a whole other episode.
It will be another episode
on this. But that was, I would say 2021 is the year I finally got to do me.
Yes.
In marriage, which is so hard, but I'm like, that is so crucial. To anybody that gets married young, you're going to have that year of selfishness almost. Not that I still didn't care about William, but there were moments I had to be like, sir, I'm going to have to do this one for me. Like, I need to go to the gym tonight for me, or I need to eat this meal for me. And it was nice to finally like say that. And I feel now this year has been very much, now I'm in those lifestyle habits. I've lost weight. We've gone a lot with all that. I feel like I'm at a point now that me and William are just
you get to
cruising now. We're now just living normal married life. You know?
And that's hard, like we said, for anyone, but to see you go through that, you're an inspiration. You've always been an inspiration to me because that it's exactly what you do. Is if someone tells you, oh, that's too hard, you're like, okay. And then you go do it.
I'll raise you one. Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, I use this as an example the other day to you. When you started your lash business, I mean, you came right out of the gates. And most people, it's like, maybe I'll go to a salon and try to work. Nope. You opened up shop right in your house. And you set up your prices. And I even was like, Ginger, should we go that high? I mean, you're new. You're having them lay on your couch.
You and Mom were so against my pricing
we were.
in the beginning.
We were because we were just so nervous that you were going to fail. Yeah. But you're like, I remember you said, no, I am worth this.
Yeah.
And we can even say from where you were then to where you ended as a lash artist, you were way better where you ended than when you started. But that confidence took you places. You soared on that. And I was just like watching with my mouth open, like, she's doing this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She is doing this at home business all on her own, and she's thriving.
Yeah.
And so then when you started the weight loss thing, another thing at this point as well, I mean, hello, COVID did this to everyone. I as well gained a bunch of weight. I got pregnant. So that also took a toll. But I would watch you and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's doing it. And 75 hard is hard. And like I said, we will do a podcast about your entire health journey because it was so many ups and downs. And you've said to this day, you will not recommend 75 hard.
No. I don't think you need it to lose weight.
No.
The only thing I'm going to ever recommend 75 hard for is to learn habits. I just think that's
Which is what you needed.
I think that's the key to weight loss. And you hear that, but you hear, oh, I need to just go do 12, 330 on the treadmill, or I just need to cut out every food I don't like.
Yeah.
But look at us. We're having gelato, like with cookies and sprinkles and frosting in it.
Yes.
Yippee-ki-yay. That's what I want. And I never wanted a weight loss plan that I felt like I had to cut out anything. And
no.
I lost weight eating pizza.
You did.
I'm very happy about it.
Yeah. Well,
that's my life.
We're coming to the end. Yes. So where are you now and where are you planning to go?
I ended up wrapping up my lash business, realized it just wasn't for me mentally.
You did so good though. Like that's the other thing. Anyone out here listening, it is hard to do the beauty industry and to be self-employed because you don't even realize the taxes.
The anxiety turned to sensitivity.
Oh, yours was anxiety. Mine's like taxes. Holy Hannah.
I have a whole filing cabinet that I have to go through still.
It's so much to be in the beauty industry.
Yes.
But like you said, you just felt like you had said, I do not want to do this in my entire life. That was never the goal. It was
from
something,
the beginning, I knew that.
Yeah. It was something you wanted to do, but not forever.
Yeah. So quickly in 2020, I decided during the pandemic to enroll in an online university. It's called WGU. It's a Utah school. I'm getting my bachelor's in business management. I'm halfway through, so I still have 2 more years left. I just started a new job as a manager and then hoping to just keep moving up the chain. Mm-hmm. I feel like I really thrive in management. Mm-hmm. I like when there's policies set behind me. I very let's stick to the rules. If a customer is like, you're not going to process this refund for me, I'm happy to point to the refund policy. I am thrilled about it. With lashes, it's not that easy. It's like, I just have to cry because I'm like, it's me that creates these policies. But yeah, if I have a corporation behind me, sorry, tough luck.
Sorry. Well, and that's the thing.
I'm a lot nicer than that. But
no, for real. And you are a great leader.
Thank you.
So when I was on my mission, you got called into the Young Women Presidency.
Wow.
And here's the thing. Both you and I had different times in our lives that we had to go to church by ourselves. Yours was when I was gone.
We were raised independent somehow.
Very much.
I feel like we just took it upon ourselves because I don't think a lot of people at our age would have gone to church.
No, and so what I'm saying is like we were teenagers and we would go to church by ourselves, no parents. Our dad is still active, mm-hmm. So our dad and stepmom, they go to church. So the weekends we were with them, we'd go. But the weekends we were with my mom. My mom no longer is active in the church. So she would say, you can go if you'd like to go. Yeah,
during the time when I was in junior high, McKenna went to church. I didn't want to. Mm-hmm. And she was very upset. She wanted me to
because I did not want to be alone.
She didn't.
But yes, I would go.
When she went on her mission, I turned around and I was like, no, I want to go to church. Mm-hmm. I think it was my way to be closer to you.
For sure.
To bond with you. And it helped. And then you got home and I was like, I'm good. I'm done with that phase. And she's like, are you kidding
I got
me?
Nothing. Oh, it's fine.
But you moved to Provo, right? It was the same thing.
While you were in there, you got called into the Young Women Presidency. Yeah. You were the president.
I was.
And you would write to me. And those girls, because of the area you were in, again, a lot of those girls came from not traditional lifestyles in the church.
Yeah.
And you were so good for them.
Thanks.
You were so real. And I remember I'd read your emails and I'm like, she is exactly what they need. So now in your life, you totally thrive in leadership positions because, again, that is what your statement is. You are very real. You are a real person. You are very empathetic. Yeah. You know how to be on the same level as someone. And that's what I think makes you an amazing leader. That's why it's amazing that I'm like, she can go start a business, close it down, and still be thriving.
Sure.
And I know I'm not saying you don't have your own struggles that you have to go through. A lot of them that I wish I could just take it off you because you're amazing.
Thanks.
And I know a lot of people see that, but it's like you said, you're still on the journey.
Yeah.
You're still figuring it out for you. So, last minute goal, or I guess where you're at right now, where do you want to see yourself in 10 years?
I don't even know. I don't even think I could think that far at this point because even 5 years ago where I would have said I'm not. And I think, when we were younger and you'd write letters to your future self.
Yeah.
I have those letters still. And I cringe when I read them because I'm like, oh, Ginger, you knew nothing. So even now I'm like, that sounds so cliche, but I'm like, I don't ever think like that. More I think even with my New Year's resolutions, I'm not one of those people. It's like, I'm going to set a goal for the year. No, I set a 3-month goal.
Oh,
like that's as far ahead as I can look.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is what I want to achieve right now. So one of them was I wanted to do push-ups.
Yeah.
So I spent 3 months practicing push-ups and I did it.
You did it.
And I'm proud. And that's how I look at it. So I'm like, I look at it more, okay, what do I want to do by the end of this year? Or maybe next year, like long term.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm able to look at it otherwise, because every time I've done that, I've always been disappointed in myself. And I'm like, I don't need to feel that way.
No.
But definitely some more successful, like generic ways, goals. I'm not going to give specific, just something successful. Hopefully a house. My dogs need a yard.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
I'm in an apartment.
Ginger doesn't have kids. She has dogs, which I guess are your kids.
They're my babies.
She has 2 giant portraits of Zeus and Nova, her dogs, in
above
her living room. Like, you walk in and it's like, and there they are.
You know whose house you're in. Yes. That's what I'm known for. So yeah, my babies, yeah, they need a yard. That's definitely a plan.
And a Tesla to park in the garage. That's your main goal.
Yes.
One day, I think when you reach that, and I know you will, that's when I think we can be like, she's made it.
If I get a Tesla, yeah, we're done. We're good. Wrap it up.
Oh, man. Well, we will have you on. We've already got some plans for the New Year episode. As you guys can see, she is
weight loss.
She's amazing at leadership, but she really is great at making goals and attaining them.
Yeah, I'm like, we just scratched the surface on my biography. Now we got to get to the actual.
Now we got to get to the deep,
the motivational part of
yes. And Ginger's great at that. So look for that. We decided it's going to be at the beginning of the year, especially when all of us are needing that. But can we follow you? Where can we find you?
You're not ever going to probably be able to spell it on your own. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Ginger R for Riley, and then Fajita. That's my Brazilian
not spelled name. Like fajita.
No,
a lot of people.
It's Ferreira.
Ferreira.
I post pretty much gym things mostly, and then the occasional little odds and ends things. Yeah, mostly with my dogs. But
she's a really great follow. She's really funny. She has good stories, and she'll respond to your DMs. So reach out.
She does.
Well, Ginger, I love you. I'm grateful to have you as my sister, and I'm grateful for you doing this. And yeah, just grateful all around.
Thank you.
Okay.
Love you.
All right. Well, thank you to you for listening, for getting this far. We'll see you next time. We've got some good ones coming up for you. Okay. Bye.